first graders, welcome to art class for this week. I sent you some supplies home and I hope that you received them. What we're going to make this week is a bird's nest that looks like this. And we're going to talk a little bit about texture. Texture is how something feels. So when I make this bird nest with yarn and beads and paper, I can make it feel a certain way. I can also draw on it with crayons, and that makes it look like it has texture, even though it doesn't actually feel any different. So what you're going to need today are the supplies that you found in your bag, like these. And you're also going to need some glue, some scissors, some crayons. And if you have oil pastels, which are like softer crayons, you can use those instead of crayons and they're going to work even better. But if you don't, crayons are going to work just fine. So go ahead and collect those items and we'll get started. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to do is, we know that a nest is round, and so we are going to draw some round circles in different nest colors. So that might be brown, you could use a little black, or yellow, or this apricot color, maybe even orange. And I'm going to try with a couple of oil pastels so you can see how those look too. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and make some circles as big as your paper. You can see that the oil pastel is just a little brighter. We know that birds use lots of different things to make their nests. They use little sticks, they might use things they find like little leaves or some yarn. So our next thing that we're going to do is we're going to glue on these pieces of paper, and you're going to glue them pointing outward so that they're different from the circles that you made. So you can take some glue, put it on just the end, and flip it over. And I'm going to glue a lot, so you can pause the video and you can glue a lot also. When you're done adding your twigs, then you can add the yarn. And what I like to do to add the yarn is I like to just put some glue in the middle and sort of press the yarn on top. Make a nice soft place for your eggs. Once you've got that finished, you might need to wash your hands if they're sticky with glue. And we can set that aside and let it dry. Now we're going to draw a couple of leaves. You could use oil pastel if you have it, but if you don't, you can use a crayon. I'm going to draw a leaf by making an oval shape. I'm going to need to find a darker one. There we go. An oval shape, and I might draw 2, 3. If I want to make it really look like a leaf, I might make one end of my oval pointy. And then once I've done that, I'm going to want to show some texture on my leaves. So I'm going to make the lines that go down my leaves. On a real leaf, you can feel that texture. But on our paper leaves, we'll just be able to see it. And once you finish, you can cut them out. Now that I've cut them out, I'm going to glue them onto my paper, and I'm going to glue them maybe closer to the edge, wherever you think it looks good. Maybe I'll put mine in the corners. Maybe this shows that the leaves or the nest is in a tree, and there's some leaves that are creeping in on it. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add our eggs, and for that we're going to have to use a lot of glue. You might see that on this other one, I painted my eggs blue, and if you have paint and you want to paint your eggs blue or white, you could do that, or you can just glue them down the way they are, because some eggs are like a light brown color like this. And you're going to need to use 3 big blobs of glue and stick them in. And and then you're gonna need to let it dry for a while. When you're finished, take a picture and upload it for me on Seesaw so that I can see it. And maybe you could even put yourself in the picture so I can see you too. I hope you had fun.